Hello, namaste. Welcome to Friday Talk with Mr. Kandel. I was absent last week because of my health condition, but I'm back. Thanks to Mr. Bhatta, he attended this program and gave the information about his study in Canada. Today in this episode, we'll be talking about different subject matters. Primarily, we'll be talking about the selection of the program, the importance of selection of the program, at this stage of, a student's life. It is very important. So, Mr. Kandel, so let's begin with, the selection of the program. So, how can students select the program? Because we have rumor in Canada, some programs are not being welcomed, while some other programs are being highly appreciated and encouraged. So, in these conditions, what are the, popular, or let's say, productive programs that students should go for?
Yes, so Mr. Regmi, thanks you are back, and thank you everyone for watching Friday Talk and supporting Goreto. When you are choosing certain programs in Canada, you need to be very technically, well informed, because you are applying to Canada. You are paying higher amounts of tuition deposits, so you need to convince the visa offices that the selected program is something you require in your life to escalate your career options. So here at Goreto, we are very competent counselors who can recommend you the best programs in Canada. So as of now, I can see some programs not being so welcome, as you said, sometimes general business or marketing kind of programs. So I think it's the right time to go for some really, career-oriented programs, unique programs. For example, Bachelor's in Science in Nursing, that is available in McEwan University. Some electronic vehicle technician, this kind of programs, some culinary programs, which are, very, very career-oriented and that are not particularly available in Nepal. So you have very unique reason to convince visa offices that because these kind of programs are not available in Nepal, you want to go to Canada. So yes, program selection can impact hugely in your visa decision.
Yeah, Mr. Kandel, back in Nepal here, we usually go for like very general kind of program. We have Bachelor in Science, Bachelor's in Management. So, but these kind of programs are, actually not popular in Canada. I would say that not so much. They are like when a student go for a diploma, there are more than 100 technical programs, specialization.
Absolutely.
So, but students are in dilemma whether they should go for this program. When they go to study in Canada, spending huge amount of money because this program may not have a scope back in Nepal if they have to come back after graduation. Because we have a culture of having a high profile job and high profile in your career. But in Canada, it's all about earning your bread and earning your career. Yes, it could be in any sector. All sectors, all careers are being appreciated and rewarded there. But this culture may not be practical here in Nepal. So there are many programs. For example, they are specializing in hairdressing, plumbing, welding, and many other agriculture-related programs. But students, in Nepal, they are not comfortable when they select this program. So can you clarify why should a student, go for this kind of practical, skill-oriented program rather than, going for general program? How Canada is also encouraging, students to go for this kind of program, which, our students are thinking this may not have scope back in Nepal. Please clarify this.
Yes, absolutely. Mr. Regmi, when you are choosing programs, you need to be very much specific about your interest. So for me personally, I would like to recommend you some practical programs, skill programs, which can give you a lot of job opportunities right in Canada or anywhere in the world. So during my recent trip to Canada, I saw many Canadians, domestic students, choosing some practical programs. For example, carpentry, plumbing, electrician, heavy-duty mechanic technicians, something like that, software technicians, something like this. So yeah, I would recommend you guys to choose this kind of programs if you are going for undergrad. And if you are thinking to upgrade your academic, for example, you want to do research in future, you need to go for a bachelor's, and which will ultimately lead you to master's and PhD, and you will be in the research field. So I think for that you need a lot of investment, a lot of time. So based on your interest, I would recommend you to choose the programs in Canada. But if possible, go for some practical programs. Yeah. This is what I would recommend.
Yeah. So here I would like to reiterate, if you can afford the tuition fee and your accommodation, that you don't need to worry about the part-time job, even in the hard times. Then definitely, you can go for bachelor's degree of your, choice and of your interest and passion. But if you are in dilemma and back in Nepal, your finance is not strong, of course, you have to be very careful and very selective about choosing the program so that you will be also learning and earning in the meantime. This is very important. So what you have found mostly, when some students go to Canada, at the end, they are actually, changing to personal support worker because their plans are, actually situations are different, plans are different. So that is why they actually do this kind of program. So if you actually select this, or if you listen to your counselor being analytical, and you can also research to confirm his or their, her statement, and then you can decide the practical program. Okay. This is very important because Canada is, different country. They have a different education system, unlike, back in our country here in Nepal. So, and we have understood better about their system, and they are, literally job-oriented program. So this is very important that you should understand. Mr. Kandel, so we covered these two important topics, and now let's cover, last week, we had a feeling that from now on, students will be getting decision very fast because we had few positive decisions and we were very much optimistic. But all of a sudden this week again, actually, halted, and there is no visa decision at all, I would say. So what could be the scenario? Because students are already concerned about their September intake. Thousands of students, in Nepal, they're waiting for decisions, and frustration is, moving around their face and their mentality. So
Mr. Mayor, this week is not so what we expected earlier. Again, we are also, worried and frustrating, but this is not negative. We need to be patient, and we have to be hopeful, wait for the visa decision, because this is entirely their internal processes. And recently I saw some visa stickers. They are not issuing from India. Sometimes they are issuing their visa stickers from rapid response offices in different parts of Canada and outside of Canada. So Canadian governments and IRCC is working so closely to minimize the processing timelines. And you can see that recently, the processing timeline is from 23 weeks for Nepal, but we are pretty sure this is going to be assessing in time and again, and it could be coming down. So when we are waiting for the visa decision, when you are, frustrated that you're not getting your decision, don't do that. Be prepared to defer your programs if required. And if you are thinking to apply to Canada, you can always think about January 25 or May 25. For almost every institutions, they have opened their programs for these two intakes. And I would recommend you to apply much early, because this kind of lingering processing time is not going to affect you. While, being accepting this kind of delays are there, but we are very confident, and we are confidently, informing you that Canada is, again, very best destination to study and stay. So let's be very much hopeful and accept the fact that there are some technical problems, tussle between India and Canada. There are things, and there are limited staffs, and there are two offices, visa offices are closed, and because of that, this is taking a lot of time. But Canada is addressing this very soon, and we are very hopeful at Goreto. So this is what I can say. And so just wait for the visa decision. And if you are thinking to apply Canada, don't stop. Please go ahead. please come to Goreto. We can give you many reasons to apply to Canada. And recently, we are hearing a lot of rumors that Canada is not giving visa, or specifically Toronto is limited, Toronto has limited job opportunities, unlike that. Yeah, that may be true in some extent, but we can apply to other destinations as well. Toronto is always a very great place to study, but when you connect jobs, accommodations, and if you don't do proper research, proper planning in advance, then Toronto can be a bit difficult, but still it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Kandel, we have come to our end of the session, but here let's cover the event of Sheridan College that is taking place at Goreto Consultancy. Please add some points on this topic.
Yeah, we are having Sheridan Admissions Day at Goreto Consultancy on July 26th. The Southeast Asia manager, Busy, is coming to Goreto to inform you more about Sheridan College. So I invite you all guys to attend this admissions day on July 26th at Goreto Consultancy. Sheridan is public institution, public college in Ontario and GTA. It has amazing programs in business, health, art, technical, and IT, and many more. So yeah, definitely your concerns are there. Toronto is not very best place to get jobs, but that is another part to discuss. But as a whole, where you are getting perfect programs, career-oriented programs, practical programs, you have to choose. And exciting news is that Sheridan College is giving you offer letter within very short period of time, and they are giving you application fee waiver as well. So you take this benefit and apply. So be hopeful, excited, just wait. So for good things, we need to wait for time, right?
Yes, that's all for this episode. Thank you very much, Mr. Kandel.
Yeah.
So
Thank
have
you.
you forgotten to cover anything? Or
Yeah, everyone might have the question on visa decision. We are almost getting decision for January 2022 we are getting. But apart from that, we have not got any updates. So hopefully next week. So let's wait to hear some great news from our CC. Yeah. And thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.